Hey everybody, Tyler Florence here. Welcome to the Wolf It Down Test Kitchen. I'm here with my old buddy Matt, and you are in the right place because we've got a fantastic video for you today. I'm gonna show you how to make a classic omelet from scratch. Now we're gonna take it to the next level with some goat cheese and some shaved black truffles and some fresh chive, but know that you can fill this beautiful omelet with just about anything you've got in your fridge right now, but it's all about the technique, and that's what we're gonna jump into. So welcome to Wolf It Down, and today it's Omelet 101. All right, so before we get started, let's talk about some of the ingredients that we got right now, because the structure of an omelet is relatively simple, and it's a different recipe than scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
Right? Because when I make scrambled eggs at home, I like to cut it with a little bit of cream, right? I like to add some fat to it so they're really unctuous. But with an omelet, you almost don't want to add anything to the eggs because it'll make the structure of the eggs too soft, right? And it'll keep it from
tender,
too tender, and it'll keep it from flipping over and rolling up really, really tight, right? So we've got 3 really great organic eggs. We got 2 tablespoons of organic butter, unsalted butter. And then we've got some goat cheese and we got some chives. And then we've got these really just gorgeous Italian black truffles from our good friends at Urbani Truffles. And super excited to be working with them in the Wolf It Down Test Kitchen. So we've got some beautiful black nuggets here that we're gonna shave on top and make it really delicious and fun and sexy. But first things first, we're gonna start off with our 3 eggs, and we're gonna crack these into a bowl here. And then take our whisk, and you wanna whisk the eggs until all of the white and the yellow are completely homogeneous, right? So you don't see streaks of either one, and it's nice and fluffy and bright yellow. All right, perfect. One thing I really like about making omelets at home is because they happen really quickly. My 13-year-old Hayden and I, we've been working on making omelets during the quarantine. So his sourdough bread
is omelets.
His banana bread are omelets, right? So he wanted to learn how to make an omelet, so that's what we've been doing at home. And I feel like we bang out an omelet in about 5 minutes. So it's really, really quick once you got the right tools and once you got the right technique, and you feel like you can just bang them out at will, and we can, right? So starting off with a really good non-stick pan. This pan is from our friends at Made In, this great little startup out of Austin, Texas. This non-stick pan is no joke. So anywhere between like a 9-inch non-stick pan and a 10.5-inch non-stick pan where we are right now, that's the perfect size. Anything wider than that in the non-stick world, it's gonna be hard to turn over just because the eggs are tender, hot, and soft. So if it's really, really wide, sometimes you can have a hard time kind of getting the whole thing to spin over, okay? So the next thing we're gonna talk about is the temperature of the eggs, right? So you don't wanna make an omelet at a super high heat. You don't wanna do it, right? For a couple of reasons. Eggs hate high heat, and then also you're gonna have a tendency to brown the eggs, where a perfect omelet has no brown whatsoever, and it's golden yellow and perfectly cooked, right? So we've got a medium high temperature here of about 300 degrees, okay? So about medium high, nothing too high, okay? So then we're gonna start off with 2 tablespoons of butter, and we're gonna drop that into the pan and just kind of let that melt. All right, so once we get the butter and a nice big foamy melt, and again, you don't want to brown the butter either, right? So we're gonna pour our eggs into our pan here. We're gonna take our rubber spatula, and then we're just gonna start to stir, okay? Now, we're gonna stir, and it's looking like we're making scrambled eggs. But what we're doing is we're folding and we're building up layers of structure for our omelet, right? Now, and as it starts to sort of kind of slosh around the sides of the pan, make sure you try your best to kind of pull that back into it, right? And then we're gonna stir and stir and stir until it feels like all of the eggs are starting to get nice and thick and cloud-like. Let the eggs themselves just start to cook, okay? Now I'm gonna turn the heat down one more time, so we're starting to pull the heat through, but it's not hot enough where it's gonna actually start to brown the outside of the omelet itself, right? So this whole thing kind of starts to come together pretty quickly. Now, I'm gonna add some salt to this, a little bit of fresh cracked pepper. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit of goat cheese, so we got a nice little row, and don't overstack it. And then we're gonna mince our chives, and then we're gonna put that on top of the goat cheese. Now it's time to flip it out. So like I said, this whole thing happens really, really quickly. And we're gonna take our spatula here and start the rolling process. And it should just flip right over itself. It looks really good. And then we're gonna grab a plate and just flip the whole thing out. And she's a beaut, look at that. So to finish the omelet, okay, we're gonna take a little bit of whole butter and we're just gonna rake it right across the back so we get a nice little shine. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna garnish this up, right? So I've got some beautiful, baby romaine hearts here. All right, we got some fresh chive that we're just gonna sprinkle right on top. And we got some fresh herbs I literally pulled out of the garden this morning. So I like a little small salad garnish with omelets. I just think it's nice because you got a lot of rich flavors in there, butter, eggs, cheese. So it's nice to have something kind of crisp on the outside. And then last but not least, we got these gorgeous black summer truffles from our good friends at Urbani. And we're just gonna shave these right on top. That's it, folks. I think you got a really, really nice technique here. This is how to make an omelet 101 from scratch. Simple technique, make it your own, fill it with whatever you want. You wanna try it?
I'd love to.
Great structure, delicious flavor. I love the acidity from the goat cheese. I love the acidity from the goat cheese and the black truffle all mashed up together. Isn't that great?
Oh, so good.
So good, man, so good. So listen, guys, thanks so much for watching Wolf It Down in the Kitchen. Make sure you check out our whole playlist right over here above my shoulder with all of our amazing videos. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do and hit that bell notification so you know when the new videos come out, and we're cranking these things out every single week. We love you. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.